cruising. I can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind singing it's gonna be alright. Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. And the haters gonna hate, 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 hate. Baby, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break, 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 break. And the faker's gonna fake, 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 fake. Baby, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it off, I shake it off.
Hey, it's James from goodguitarist.com, and in today's lesson we're going to show you how to play Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. Now this song is a 3-chord wonder. It's just the same 3 chords over and over again. So we're going to spend most of our time focusing on the strumming. If you find that you do need help with the chords, we have a free ebook. It's free to all of our subscribers and it goes over all the basics, chord switching, strumming, all that stuff. And if you want to build on those fundamentals, we actually just released a complete beginner's guitar course. So you can check that out. All the information's down below. Anyways, we're going to get started with the chord shapes, which are super simple. First one's A minor. And for A minor, I like to get my thumb just touching that low string, just so I don't have to worry about accidentally getting it. From there, we switch to C. And that's just one finger difference. See, we have A minor, move that one finger, bam, we get C. You have to move the angle of your hand a bit. See, my hand's like that on A minor, and it's more like that on C. But aside from that, you can leave 2 fingers down, and on C you can also get that low string with your thumb. And then we have G. You can play it like this, or like this, or like this, whatever works for you. Anyways, those are the only chords in this song. Let's just practice switching through them. Downstrokes only. We're not going to do any rhythm yet. We're just going to focus on getting nice clean chord switches, starting on the A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have trouble keeping up with the switching, you can just play one downstroke on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And just use that extra time to prepare your switch. All right, so if you can do that nice and comfortably, that means you're ready to move on and take a look at this strumming pattern. Before we break it down, I'm going to show you the entire strumming pattern super slowly through the entire chord progression, because it changes through the progression. It's not just use the pattern on this chord, use the same pattern, use the same pattern. It's roughly the same pattern, but there's a few little modifications. I'm going to show you the whole thing, then I'm going to teach you this bit by bit, and then we're going to take a look at the whole thing one more time after I break it down. So here it is slowly. 3 and 4 and. So let's divide that up into a few parts to make it a bit easier. First, we have down, up, down, down. The actual pattern isn't too tough there, but we need to stop the strings near the end around that downstroke. So down, up, down. We stop the strings. I use my pinky here. Down, up, down, mute, down, mute. The next part is, so my fingers should already be down from muting the strings at the end of that last part. We went down, up, down, mute, and this is where we are with my finger already muting the strings, and then I just go down, up on the muted strings, then down, mute, down, mute. And then at the very end, it goes down, up, down, and then we switch to the next chord on the upstroke. And this is really important. It might be kind of tricky to switch the chord that fast, but we're only moving one finger. So going from A minor to C, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So there's none of that muting or anything. You can just focus on switching the chord. And then we would do the exact same thing on that C chord. You know, we switch to C, do the same thing on C, except we don't play the very first downstroke. We already started the C chord on that upstroke. We don't need it. But otherwise, it's exactly the same. 3 and 4 and. So when we switch from A minor to C, I recommend practicing this transition a lot. Just going down, up, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. And then at the very end, as we transition to G, we're going to be on our C chord going down, up, down. And then on that up, we're just going to hit this note, this first fret of the lowest string. Anyways, when we do all of C with those two changes super slowly, 3 and 4 and miss. And for G, we do almost the same thing, except once we start muting the chord, we just leave it muted. For G, we're muting it with our first finger, just over the open strings. You know, I'm just letting it get a bit lazy. And then I'm releasing the pressure with my other fingers. So just try that. G goes like this. Again. And just like we did from A minor to C, you should practice the transition from C to G just a few times, really slowly, you know. Down, up, down, up, down, down. And at the very end, instead of doing, you know, down, up, to get into A minor, you know, instead of doing it the same way, we're actually just gonna go down, up, down. So that's like mute, mute, and then the third fret of the lowest string. It's pretty simple. All right, so now that we've broken it down, taken a look at each part, let's review the whole thing. So for A minor, we start out, then we're already muted, we continue. Here we switch. Muted. So the chords were really easy. The strumming pattern was quite a lot of stuff. Just take your time with all of that. Make sure you can go through each step, you know, and get the chords together. Then get the strumming just over A minor, then just over C, you know, then practicing the transition from A minor to C. You know, we broke it down step by step, and you should practice it step by step, that exact same way. It's not just like learn the song, memorize it, and then do it. You got to work on each bit, or else it's not going to sound, you know, the way that you envision it sounding, you know, the way that you want to sound. You want to sound good, you got to work it out bit by bit. Hard work totally pays off. Let's just practice that together now. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's how you're gonna play the verse. Now for the chorus, it's almost exactly the same. The only difference is when we get to the G chord, instead of muting most of it, we can actually, you know, play it like we did with A minor and C. So instead of going, we can just strum it like we did with A minor and C. So this is what we get. Let's just practice that together now, going through the chords. And it's going to be exactly like the last play along, except we're strumming a little bit more on that G chord. We're actually holding down the chord, just like we did for A minor and C. Anyways, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's how you play Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. And I know that strumming pattern can be a bit complicated, but remember to just work it out step by step, and you'll definitely get it eventually. It just takes some time, maybe have to practice it a few sessions before it actually starts to sink in. Just break it up, practice it just like we did. And if you need any extra help, don't forget to check out our new ebook. We have a beginner's guitar course that's out. All the details are in the description. Aside from that, I hope you have a fun time practicing this one, and I'll see you soon.